Now the next point is, what about substrings? There is another concept called substrings. Well, it's just a phrase that's used to identify parts of a string. For example, the word tech is part of the string Ajay Tech, right? So if you want to find out at which index this particular phrase or word starts, call it a substring, you can use a variety of methods, and one of that method is find method. Now here you have to understand that you can execute these methods right on the string. Now let me show you how. So we've got this string name equals Ajay Tech. Now if you want to find out where exactly a substring starts, you can just do name dot. You see this convention? You start a function with a dot. Now it's a bit confusing at this point because we are just starting off with functions. But when we come to another chapter called, so this chapter, when you come to day 7, object oriented Python, you'll understand how these are really used, meaning functions, when you put a dot, what really happens. But until that point, we just have to live with the fact that we're just going to use dot and then put a function right next to it, and that function will do some job for us. For example, in this case, the job is to find out what is the index of a particular substring. So for example, the substring that we want to find out in this case is find. If there is a substring of tech, TECH, shift execute. Yes, there is a substring and it's at location what? 0, 1, 2, 3, and this blank space is 4. Even a blank space is counted. And then T starts at 5, right? And that's why the find method for this substring returned the index of 5. There are a couple more methods that are variations of finding substrings inside another string. The point being, once you have a string, there are a variety of methods supported right on the string object. I'm using a word string object. Well, don't worry if you don't understand it. Think of it like some black box and it has a string, and you can use a variety of methods to compute things on strings. Like for example, you can compute what is the length of the string. Just like we have done find method, there are other methods that you can use to find out the length of a string. You can concatenate strings. You can do so many different things with strings. And all of them, most of them at least, are based on methods. And like I said, we'll understand more about this when we come to object-oriented programming in Python. Up until that point, just hold on to that concept. Don't get confused. If you're not comfortable with using methods, that's fine. It doesn't bother you up until we learn object-oriented programming. Okay, so that's a substring, right? So that's how we work with substrings. Okay, what is the index of the substring hot in the string? Python is a hot language. What is a substring? What is the index of the substring? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is blank, 7, 8, 9 is another blank, 10 is A, 11 is a blank, H starts with 12, right? So the answer is 12.